The following segment is sponsored by Live On Utah. Utah veterans face unique challenges that can impact their mental health. Taylor Ricks is here to share how Utah is working to help these veterans. Taylor, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
So this is such an important topic. Can you start by sharing some of the stats around suicide rates among Utah veterans and military personnel?
Of course. So Utah is actually home to about 140,000 plus veterans. And we know that Utah is in the top 10 state when it comes to suicide rates, along with its kind of Rocky Mountain neighbors. Right. One thing that's really tough is that veterans actually suffer from suicide at a much higher rate than other Utahns. For example, veterans make up under 5% of the population here in Utah, but in 2023 they accounted for nearly 12% of the suicide deaths. So obviously a real challenge there, and something that we've put a lot of resources towards, and we really want people to know that there is help.
And something that needs to be talked about. What are some of the unique challenges that these veterans face that can increase the issues with mental health?
Of course. Now, veterans, their life and their job is very different when they're in the military than a normal citizen, right? They're often required to go distant places away from home, leaving family for long stretches for assignments, moving constantly for different assignments. And then, of course, the job itself is very high stress. I mean, you're dealing with national security, big consequences for your job. And then also the physical and mental strain that it plays on veterans. They're dealing with issues that a lot of us civilians don't quite understand.
They're dealing with so much. And how does the Live On Military Playbook aim to change the culture surrounding mental health?
Exactly. So it's commonly known that there's this negative stigma around suicide, and especially with veterans. Veterans in the military, they're very tough, and you're taught to be tough. You have to deal with some tough things. Live On is a statewide initiative, and recently they focused on the military aspect. Right. And in reality, we want veterans to know that you're not alone. Live On is to show that there are people out there, other veterans, family, people in the community that care about you, that have been through this, that have come out the other side, and that have ways to help you. And so that this playbook, this resource is kind of to show people that, look, you're not alone. There are chances for you to come out of this and live a great, fulfilling life.
And that is such a very important message. Really quick, can you talk about the key warning signs that you talk about in the playbook that people should be aware of?
Of course. Some things that are very common when people are starting to think about suicide is that they'll socially isolate. So if you see them changing their social habits, they'll often have some kind of hopeless language. I can't do this anymore. What is this for? It's not worth it. Right. Things like that. And then just changes in personality. If you know the people in your circles very well, if they start to talk different, start to kind of change, isolate, you know that something might be up. And that's the time when you should ask them, are you okay? And don't be afraid to be direct with those questions.
Taylor, thank you so much for coming in and sharing all this information with us. Remember, you are not alone. You can find more information by going to the link at the bottom of the screen, the website at the bottom of the screen. Taylor, thank you so much.
Thank you.